Good evening, everyone. This is yours truly, Jasmine D. Milhouse, and I am here with another show for the Fly Show. Thank you all so much for tuning in with me here. I hope you stick around with me because I have some amazing announcements that I'm going to be sharing with you on this evening. So, y'all, I am. Right now, I just have to kind of let you know I am in a moment of shock. I am in a moment of uh it's kind of hard to explain. So, as you all know, for everyone that follows me here on Facebook and follows what I have going on, I am so excited to announce that I am now an official number one best-selling author for I Am a Woman Empowered, Fierce, Fabulous, and Free. It is an anthology, and it is filled with so many amazing authors, so many amazing women that shares a part of their story about how they transition from one part of their journey to the next level. I am so excited and so grateful for A&M Publishing and Productions CEO Mrs. Angela Lewis for allowing me to be a part of such a phenomenal anthology, for such a phenomenal journey. It has been a blessing. And I can't even say it was in disguise because anything that God does, it is revealed in due season. So I am excited about the season. I am excited about the journey. If you have not, I'm going to put the um, I'm going to put the link for the pre-orders in the comments. So if you have not, make sure you get your pre-order. The pre-orders are going to be placed live this Friday. So you want to go ahead and get your pre-orders in for this phenomenal book. Again, it is called I Am a Woman Empowered, Fierce, Fabulous, and Free. And I also wanted to talk about that on this evening. Hey, good evening, Miss Angela Lewis, and good evening to everyone that is tuning in with me here on this evening for the Fly Show. I have a couple of more announcements as well. Okay, you know, look, I have so much stuff going on that I'm so excited about, and I'm so blessed, y'all, that God is moving in so many amazing ways. That I am that he is opening so many doors. I can't say I'm opening anything. I'm just taking the steps because the word says the steps of a good man are ordered. The key thing in that is you have to take the steps. And I'm excited in this season about taking steps, even when I can't see where I'm going, even when I can't see right in front of me, even when I can't see the direction where God wants me to go, because I was so worried about the how to. So I had to get in my mind that the how to is not my business. I just have to move the way that he wants me to move. So I'm just excited about the way things are going, just the journey that I'm on, y'all, and the opportunities and the doors that are being opened, the windows of opportunity that are here for not only myself but for so many people. um, as you all know, I have the Gracefully Embracing Me brunch. That is going to be happening right here in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, on Mother's Day weekend, May the 7th, from 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have not, make sure you go ahead and get your tickets because I have none other than the fabulous Mrs. P. Angela Jones. She is going to be our guest host for the Gracefully Embracing Me Women's Brunch. And also, I have the phenomenal Mrs. Angela Lewis, the founder and CEO of A&M Publishing and Productions, I Shine Magazine, which is a digital magazine highlighting and putting the spotlight on so many women, business owners, entrepreneurs, writers, authors, moms, dads, that are just on the journey of opening the doors and taking the steps to get out of the darkness, because we can no longer be the best kept secret, because God did not intend for us to be behind the scenes all the time. Sometimes it is okay for you to step into the sunshine, to step out into the light, and to allow for the people to be able to see what God has instilled inside of you, what He has purposed inside of you. Because how many of you know that before He formed you in your mother's womb, He knew exactly who He created you to be and what He created you for, right? And it says, when you walk with the wise, even if you're by yourself, you have to walk with the wise, even if you're by yourself. I'm so blessed that I don't have to always walk by myself, but I'm learning to embrace being able to stand in my own truth and to stand in my own light and to stand into who God called me to be. And I am here to talk to you a little bit about tonight about how important it is for you to be you at all times, right? No matter what you have going on, no matter what it may look like, no matter what it may what may be transpiring in your life, no matter how bad it may seem to you, whatever you may be going through, it could be something that is going to give the light that someone else needs to get to the next level in their life. Hey Daddy, hey Don, Opie, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in with me here. And what you have to understand is everyone has the opportunity to be a great copy, but only you can be the best original, because God didn't put you in position for you to be a duplicate. He put you in position for you to be an original. So you have to know that it's best for you to always be you at all times. At all times, not part times, not a quarter of the time, even in your moments where you feel like you're no good for anyone, or you feel like you can't see the greatness inside of you. When you in those moments, that's when you have to show that I am authentically me, even when I don't feel like it, even when I'm experiencing those hard days and those traumatic days, when I'm in an argument, when my spouse is acting up, when my kids is not doing right, when my job is not going the way that I want to go. You have to remain you at all times, at all times, even if it takes a moment for you to say, you know what, I'm going to take a step back and take some time to myself in order for me to realign myself and analyze myself to see what it is I want, that I need to fix, what way did I need to pivot, and what way did I need to move in order for things to start going the way that I want to go. Because sometimes you can back yourself into a corner. It's not other people, it's not situations, it's the way that you don't use the wisdom that you have to imply to go to the next step in your life. So you have to look at the different situations that you've been through. Take those times and say, how can I take those moments and apply the wisdom that I have in order to get to the next level? Because you don't go through things for nothing. You go through things for a purpose. Everything has a purpose, even if the purpose is painful. Sometimes those moments of pain are meant to catapult you to be able to not only get yourself out of the situation that you're in, but to potentially help someone else when they're in that same situation as well. So you have to understand that everything that you go through is not meant for you. Everything that you have to crawl through, everything that you have to claw through, everything that you have to fight through is sometimes meant for you to be the fight for someone else. You have to be the general in the war to win the battle for the next person. Right? I hope you caught that, because everybody is not strong enough to fight their own battle. So sometimes they look at you and say, how can I position myself to be able to be strong enough to fight like so and so? And it's not like I want to be like that person, but I want the strength that is inside of me to be able to come out so that I know that I can withstand and sustain the things that I'm going through, right? So when you get to those moments, know that God is preparing you for your next shift. Okay. And sometimes when you shift, you have to sit still. When we're going through transitions and we're going to the next level, some of us have that microwave mentality and we want to move, 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 move. But sometimes God is telling you, I want you to shift silently, but I want you to shift sitting still. I don't want you to do anything. Now is the time for me to move on your behalf. Now you've done it long enough. Now I need you to move out of my way. I'm going to sit you over here in a corner. And sometimes you got to also understand that it ain't good for God to sit you down all the time. That means you're doing too much. You have to listen to his voice to say, now is for me to be able to understand that I have to sit me down before I am sat down, right? And I hope catch that. You have to sit down before you're sat down. When you're sat down, that means, okay, you tried to hold on to it. You tried to do it your way. You tried to position yourself, and I didn't call you to do that. That means you're moving prematurely in the purpose that I have not set up for you yet, because you're not ready for where I'm taking you, because you're not listening to me. You're not applying wisdom that you have in order to be ready for the next level. So sometimes you got to take a seat. Sometimes you got to sit down, and sometimes you got to sit down by yourself. You can't pull sister and brother, daddy and mama and uncles and cousins. You can't pull everybody to sit down with you. Sometimes you have to sit by yourself in order for you to know who you are, because a lot of us don't know who we are. We don't know our strength. We don't know, the things that we need in order to be who God called us to be. We understand that we have a voice, but sometimes we use our voice in the wrong way. So sometimes not only do you need to sit down, but don't take this wrong, but sometimes you got to shut up, okay? Because we talk too much. When you get in the season of talking and you're not supposed to be talking, it's okay to be quiet. When God silences you, he silences you for a purpose. He silences you for a reason. That means you're distracted, and you're allowing the chaos and the distraction and the talking to block what he's trying to give you. And that way you can't go to the next level. You can't progress in your purpose. You can't progress in your process. So you're sitting in the same position month after month, year after year, and you're wondering why nothing is happening for me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are the weapon that is forming, that is not allowing you to prosper. Sometimes we can be our own weapon. Sometimes we can be our biggest enemy. And just like P. Angela said last week, if you tuned in, don't allow you to keep you from getting what you need to get to the next step, to get to the next level. Sometimes we're our own barrier. We glue ourselves in a jail cell and throw away the key. But you got to understand that there are often times where we put ourselves in a jail cell and we leave the key in the door. And the only thing you need to do is to reach your hand out, unlock that door, open the door, and walk out. But you have to walk out in the right season. I remember one time I posted, there are 6 seasons, right? Of course, we have our winter, fall, spring, summer, all of that. But you got due season and your season. You have to understand the difference between the two. You have to know that when you're in the winter season, you got to hibernate. You got to settle down. You got to rebuild. You got to what do the bears do? They go to sleep and they rest for a little bit. Resting is essential. And I'm not meaning as a sleep rest. I'm meaning as what I just said, sit down and be quiet type of rest. Take a break, because sometimes we can move and move and move and move and move, and it creates a burnout. And you don't want to be burnt out in the midst of your purpose, because you will cause yourself to be delayed, not denied, but you will delay your own greatness when you don't understand the season that you're in, right? So you have to know, to understand that, yeah, you got a voice, but it's okay to mute it sometimes. Just like you mute your TV, or just like when you in the car and you're backing up your car, you know how we turn our radio down because you got to focus and you got to concentrate. turn your volume down just a little bit so that you can focus on what God is telling you to do. So you can focus on the next season that God is putting you in. So you will be ready and prepared for the things that He has you to do going into the next season. Because when you're in this season, you have to prepare for the next. Because if you don't prepare, you won't be ready for what's going to be coming, right? You'll be caught with your pants hanging down to your knees, down to your ankles, and you don't know what way to move. You can't run while you're in walk season. You can't walk while you're in running season. So you got to know when and what season you're in. You got to know how to move, right? You got to understand that you have that power. And also get that when you're in those moments, the enemy's job is to attack you mentally, right? So he's going to come to you in many ways to attack you mentally. He's going to come through family. He's going to come through music. He's going to come through TV shows, social media. You have to disassociate yourself from that. You have to learn how to let me just say this. Most of us, okay, I'm a church girl. So most of us know praying and fasting, right? We know that some things come through prayer and fasting. Fasting is not always just turning down your plate. Fasting is deleting Facebook off your phone, deleting TikTok off your phone, removing social media off your phone, blocking that person that you know is a gossiper from your phone, not allowing yourself to be idle in unnecessary chit chat is a part of fasting. Because when you are a part of unnecessary chit chat, unneeded chaos, and unwarranted gossip, it can cause you to be distracted from the things that you need again to go into the next season. Your season won't change if you're not in position. You're going to remain in the same spot again, year after year after year. God doesn't look to leave you in the trap. Sometimes you trap your own self. Sometimes you place yourself in this position, right? So he is looking to get you where you need to go, but you have to give him that granted access to be able to get to that next step, to be able to get to that next level. So you have to look at it. How am I going to move in this season? It is going to take a little bit more than what you're doing right now. It is going to take more of you putting forth the effort to know that I deserve better than what I'm giving myself. I deserve more than what I'm giving myself credit for, because I am destined for greatness, because there is no one else like me. My daddy says it all the time on You Ain't Average Show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are the only you. There is no one else like you. No one. And this is his stuff, but it is so true. There is no one else like you. No matter who has your name, no matter who has your face, no matter who you look like, even if you're a twin, your twin is their own individual person, and you're your own individual person. So know that you can only be you. You have to position yourself to know, what am I going to do after my silence? How am I going to continue to be me at all times? How am I going to walk into being my best self and not allow myself to be stuck and stagnant on trying to copy and follow someone that is not an original? Because I am the original. I'm the original me. I'm a carbon copy of Jesus Christ, but I am an original of myself. There's only one Jasmine D. Milhouse. There's only one Angela Lewis. There's only one Erica Sharper. There's only one Kelly Bowens. There's only one Larry Millage. There's only one of you. What are you going to do to be you at all times? I asked a question earlier today. It was kind of like a funny question. When you at work, this is for my ladies, do you take your wig off at work? And it wasn't in a form of being a physical wig, but do you not be so uptight? Do you not be so covered all the time? Do you learn how to relax? Do you know how to breathe? Do you know how to enjoy the moment? Not even when you're at your job, but when you're in your business, when you're at church, when you're at different events. Do you breathe? Do you allow yourself to be you? Do you allow yourself to not walk around so stuffy? Do you allow yourself to not walk around so filled up with your head held high, nose in the clouds, thinking you're better than when you're just you? You don't have to walk around like you're Queen Tut, like you're King Tut, and like you're Queen Sheba, because you have to be humble enough to know that you can reach so many people when you're just being you, and embrace who you are. Gracefully embrace who you are, because there's no one else out here that can do what you do. Just like my chapter says, and I am a woman empowered. Guess what? You win. You win when you put forth the effort to win. Effort is better than not trying at all. Good evening, P. Angela. Thank you so much for joining. If you weren't on this live last week, P. Angela Jones, our host for Gracefully Embracing Me, when you put in the work, you win. When you put forth the effort, you win. You get an A for effort. You don't get an A for not trying. Winners never quit, even when it's hard. You may take a break, but you don't quit. You don't quit until you put everything you had to say, you know what? I tried it. I tried it every way that I can think of. I tried every way that God told me. And maybe what this is just not for me. That's when you go to the next thing. But you still don't quit. You just move on. So it's not quitting, it's moving on. It's moving past where you are to get to the next step. Maybe it is what you was doing wasn't meant for you no way. So move past that to get to your next. Don't stay in a season of trying to figure it out all the time, because everything is not meant to be figured out. Sometimes it's not gonna get to you until years later, and it's not gonna click until you're in another season going through something else, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I get it. Now I understand why I went through that season. Don't focus on the what, but you have to focus on, don't focus on what I cannot have, but you have to focus on what I can obtain in this season. Give more of you at all times. Don't give less of your light, because your light is shining the way and the path for so many other people. Understand the importance of saying no to some things so that you can have the strength to say yes to the right thing. All right. So I told y'all I wasn't gonna be here long. I promise you I was not gonna be here long. If you have not, make sure you get your tickets for the Gracefully Embracing Me brunch. I am going to play a quick video of what gym means to some of the people that are going to be coming to the Gracefully Embracing Me brunch. Make sure you stick around and tune in and listen to these videos, okay?
When I think of gem, I think of a gemstone. Gemstones are first pressured, then cut, then polished, before they are ever worthy to grace the neck, wrist, or hand of someone who understands its value. See, you, sis, you've been through a lot of pressure, and you've been cut deep and severely. But God is polishing you, and you are now ready to understand your worth so you can grace the places and the spaces that God has for you. I'm so excited to be a part of the gym movement, because it takes grace to embrace the process to get to the beauty of the gym.
Gracefully embracing me is when I love myself and everything about me, even when I don't really like some things about me. It means embracing who I am and knowing that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. It means that I accept myself fully, unapologetically, flaws and all. It means that I extend patience to myself when I don't get it right. Gracefully embracing me is a gift that I give to myself because whether I deserve it or not, I know that God created me in his image and his likeness, and that's all the acceptance that I need.
For anyone that is looking to be a part of an event that is going to help you get the tools that you need to enjoy who you are as a woman, enjoy who you are as a person, embrace who God created you to be, empower who you are, and ignite you to the next level to give you that fire that you need to embrace who you are becoming in this season. The Purpose to Fly presents Gracefully Embracing Me Women's Exclusive Brunch. It will be here in the city of Atlanta, May the 7th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 p.m. If you have not, please get your tickets. The link to tickets are in the comments. Make sure you click the link to get your tickets on today. Also, if you want to become a sponsor, there are some sponsor packages that are available that you can partake in. We have the Elite Business Directory, we have the product advertisement, we have the ability for you to be able to become a guest on the Fly Show right here being interviewed by me for an author showcase. And also, we have the Gracefully Embracing Me showcase. All of these sponsorship packages and also these tickets are available on Eventbrite. Keep in mind, again, the link is in the comments for you to click on and purchase your tickets. You do not want to miss this phenomenal event. I am so super excited. I am elated with the direction that this event is going. When I tell you, I am so overjoyed with what God is doing in this season, with the lives that He has us connecting to, the women that we're connecting to, the businesses that are being birthed in this season, and just a change in the mindset that is coming from these ladies that are getting these tickets to become a part of this phenomenal event. If you have not, make sure you purchase your ticket. Again, it is right here in the comments. If you're watching the replay, make sure you click on the comments to get your ticket on today. Ticket sales are until April the 24th. So you have some time to get your tickets, all right? The general admission is $50, and also the additional sponsorship packages are online as well. They range from the price of $20 all the way up until $250. Just depends upon which showcase or which package you want to sponsor for. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this evening. Remember to always be you, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard. Crawl to be you, walk to be you, and run to be you. But the thing you must remember, most importantly, is you have to gracefully embrace you and know that you deserve to be loved, even if you have to start with first loving yourself. Because you all know the fly and fly stands for first love you. Because if you don't love you, how are you going to be able to discern and determine if someone else loves you the same way? So you all enjoy the rest of your beautiful Wednesday evening. You have been tuned in here to the Fly Show, where the fly stands for first love you. And I am your host, Jasmine D. Milhouse, the number one best-selling author for I Am a Woman Empowered and Fierce, Fabulous, and Free. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you right back here next Wednesday with another episode of The F.L.Y Show. Good night, everybody.